photography takes an instant out of time, altering life by holding it still. That's in part the mission of our next guest, actually. She's the founder of NYC Salt. It's a nonprofit that puts cameras into the hands of kids, primarily immigrants, and fosters their photography skills. The program has had incredible results, inspiring a new generation of successful photographers. Let's welcome Alicia, the founder of NYC Salt, and one of its outstanding graduates, Malik. Give it up, y'all. This is Teddy. This is Jessica.
Hey, y'all.
Everybody meet. So, Alicia, I have to ask you first, what inspired NYC Salt? What inspired all of this?
Well, I started my career as a photographer in the 90s, and in the early 2000s started a program for kids.
Yeah.
Because I lived in the Washington Heights neighborhood in northern Manhattan. And I just finished this big all-digital story. It was when analog was transitioning to digital in the early 2000s. And I thought, this is something that kids need to know about.
Yeah.
And teaching them how to see photography is such a powerful medium. I mean, kids like me right now, like having hard time with words. It's so much easier to tell to take a picture.
Yeah,
and
tell the story that way.
Yeah, and
that's for me
yourself.
music, like writing lyrics.
Yeah. And so I started the program, and I had these 8 middle school Dominican boys that I led all over the city. And
what a city to get a camera and go loose in. This is such a beautiful city for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, there's so many kids out there that could be the next Keith Haring or Annie Leibovitz. And so we have fostered that talent. And 20 years later, I was right.
Yeah, amazing. And Malik, how did you find out about NYC Salt? How'd you find out?
The way I found out about the program, originally I was born in Ivory Coast, and then I grew up in Guinea. I moved there when I was 13 in 2010. And at first, I was really into fashion design, and I wanted to be a menswear designer. But I quickly learned that I don't like making clothes as much as I like to photograph them.
Yeah.
So I spent about a year saving up and got my first camera. And then from there, I started shooting. And one day, we had a substitute teacher, and she happened to be a photographer from another photo school that just got closed down. So I asked her about any photo programs she might know about that I could join to learn photography, and Salt happened to be one of them, and it was like 10 blocks away from my school. So when I walked into their door, the program was already full. So I was like, is there any way I could join? Alicia was kind enough to let me enter the program because she saw how much it meant to me at the time.
Yeah.
And
what a great shot.
Yeah, ever since then, it's been great. I've been part of the program and graduated, and they helped me find my voice in photography as well as get into college. And now I'm a professional photographer and a Nikon ambassador.
That's incredible. Every time I talk to people on this couch, there's always like a teacher of some sort, or somebody in someone's life that really helped kind of change the trajectory or help them on their path. Did you have that, Teddy? Like,
oh man, Lene Rowe is my sweet theater and chorus teacher. She's everything to me, man. I wouldn't be singing if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, there's always someone, right? I feel like that. Yeah, I don't know. So. You talked about Good Plus in your foundation. You said was it your mama that inspired you to start that?
Yeah, my mom's a social worker, and she worked in a jail for 18 years, and she would come home every night and tell me the stories about the children whose parents were incarcerated.
Yeah.
So that really got me started with Good Plus Foundation.
Malik, tell us about some of your projects.
Well, I have, but it's so funny because there's this one image of the World Trade Center that I did when I was still a student in the program. And I ended up taking this photo of the World Trade Center, of the Freedom Tower, I should say.
Wow.
And it was the first time that I actually looked at a photo that I took and felt like, wow, actually, maybe I might have a chance at this. I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it started. And there's this other second picture that I took that's part of my personal series.
I love this one. Is this the underwater one?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And 2018.
It looks like a badass painting.
Yeah,
like it's so cool.
For sure. A lot of people always ask me if it's a painting, and I'm always proud to tell them it's a photograph.
Because it makes you wonder, it's like, who is she?
For sure.
What is her story? Like,
For
to be
sure.
able to do that is such a gift, because I was telling you in the break, I have bought really nice cameras.
Yep.
It does not make a great photographer. And it's, I can't, that doesn't happen. And it's like, but it's such a beautiful eye to have that, to tell a story with an image. Like you were saying, you're like, sometimes you have a hard time with the words, but man, to put it like, there's so much to that. And then like, what everybody receives from it is different,
sure.
Especially, but you're such a gift.
Definitely.
That's so beautiful.
Definitely.
NYC Salt is all about removing barriers for kids who want to embrace a love and understanding of photography. Joining us now is one of the program's current students, Danieli. Y'all give it up for Danieli. Welcome to the show. I know you know Malik and Alicia, but that's Jessica, that's Teddy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Got full couches today.
Yeah.
So you've always loved photography, right?
Yes, so growing up, I've always owned a camera. Right now, what really motivates me is Bad Bunny's latest album, Debí de tirar más fotos.
Yeah.
It translates to I should have taken more pictures.
Yeah.
And I think that there's moments that we wish we can look back on, but we can't because we never captured it. So I use my images as an opportunity to look back at a moment.
Memories.
And yeah, it's memories.
Yeah.
And I also really love New York. I love the city and I love the people and I love to embrace my own culture. So
And there are so many cultures.
there's
it's a giant
so
melting
many
pot.
cultures.
Yeah.
It's a melting pot and everybody blends in so good together.
Yeah.
I just love capturing it.
How do you think NYC Salt has helped you progress?
Right, so both of my parents migrated to America to give me a better opportunity. Unfortunately, my dad got diagnosed with glaucoma, and that led to me getting 2 jobs. So I held a lot of responsibility.
In your family.
Salt gives me an opportunity to just distress myself, and they give me a whole camera to use, teach me how to use it, teach me how to use applications so I can edit my photographs. It's just a very good moment to just distress myself after holding on to so much. But I really enjoy taking pictures. They even help me with my communication skills. I also got the opportunity to work with other photographers, which I really enjoy. And it's very useful. You get to apply that to your now pictures, so it's amazing.
Yeah, all those tips, like from people that have been doing it for a minute, that's incredible. Well, in the program, students are tasked with all sorts of assignments. Before the show, Danieli agreed to take photos of our audience as they were arriving to 30 Rock. Are you ready to see those photos? Y'all ready? All right, let's reveal a couple of the pictures Danieli captured, starting with the first one. I love this one. First of all, how like casual chic are you? Okay, explain this.
In the beginning, I remember thinking I didn't know what was going on. So I just did like soft poses a little bit. And then she started showing me pictures and I was like, oh, we're actually taking the pictures. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like actually pose for now. And she was really good with it. She was really smooth with it. She showed me what to play around with, how to pose, all that kind of stuff. And it was such a great experience. I would so do it again. And
You look super rock and roll and hot.
I do. I look beautiful.
Yeah, she captured it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my God, it's so cool. That's such a great picture. All right, let's see the next one. I love what's happening here. What's up? Hi. So Sahel and Medina, right?
Yes.
So what do you think?
I really love the position of us that I'm staying back and she's sitting in the front. And yeah, General Dani is really creative. It was really nice to work with her and she has a lot of nice ideas, how to stay, what to do, how to pose. And yeah.
Even how she tied it, and look at the ceiling,
Yeah,
like with the
so
whole back.
cool.
That's so, see, I would not see that. Yeah,
Thank
that's so cool. What do you think?
I think it was amazing. Like in the beginning, I was so nervous because like, how often do you get asked to be part of a photo shoot at the Kelly Clarkson Show, you know?
It's the first time, I think, so you're the, welcome to the maiden voyage, yeah.
So, but with Dani, it was so natural. Like, it was such a vibe to work with her. She was telling me like how to pose, like showing off my rings because look at my rings.
Yeah.
And it was just an amazing experience and the result is amazing. Look at this picture.
Y'all look
So
super
good.
cool, man. What are y'all good at taking pictures? Do you do pictures?
Oh, God, no. My girlfriend wouldn't even let me touch the camera towards her anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, how are all these so bad? You know, She hates me.
That's me too. And I always find it odd because I feel like I'm a very artistic person, but this
Right.
is not my field.
Visually,
Yeah.
no, not a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if NYC Salt could even help this. I don't know. I don't know. I do want to bring this up, Malik. So I forgot to mention this earlier, but this is amazing. So you've had some amazing publications, right? That you've been able to work with, right?
Yes, for sure. I've been very lucky to work with publications like the New York Times Magazine, as well as Time and the New Yorker. And I recently photographed the cover of Alicia Keys' Hell's Kitchen Broadway show.
Wow, let's go, bro.
I heard she picked you.
Yes.
Like
yes.
she handpicked you.
Yeah, I was told by one of the producers that she hand-selected me, so I feel very grateful to be
Yeah, you
able to
should,
do
because
that.
she didn't pass that around. Like she's very much an artist herself, so
For
she's
sure.
gonna let you have the control of that. She,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, knows
Wow.
you're capable. That is so cool.
Yep.
Well, okay, we love how NYC Salt is helping students grow as artists and people. So do our friends at Scholastic. Through the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards program, they know the arts can open the door for teens to discover who they are, find their voice, and develop a sense of belonging, which is super key. That's why they are donating $5,000 to NYC Salt just to help out. Yes. Oh, beautiful.